Hello, my friends. Welcome. Here we are once again in this now moment. Every moment is fresh. Every moment is a new opportunity to be here now. Got a gorgeous little honeybee here flying around. Wanted to share this with you all. I went to a fabric store and these batik prints have been around since I was a kid. These gorgeous Indonesian fabrics, and there's so many colors and patterns. And so everyone in there, we were just talking about how they had a whole wall of it, and they were actually there organizing them by color when I went in. And we were talking about how it's so therapeutic, these colors and patterns, how vibrant they are. So I'm going to be putting them up in my van. I'm going to make a window covering, and it's going to be a work of art, and it's going to be insulated, and it's going to have neodymium magnets. And I got these wooden dowel type pieces that have a nice pattern. So I'm going to, treating the van as a beautiful art project. So I just wanted to share that with you all, and that, just having colorful fabric in our life is a form of self-care, and colors, bright colors. So, yeah, I'm hoping you all are feeling amazing and finding that inner peace. And earlier today I had a conversation with a friend about when we have that inner stillness and we know that strength of our ability to tap into that inner stillness in our heart, that we can be strong like an oak tree and resilient, and that it's this type of force that's a quiet force, but it's very, very powerful, because an oak tree isn't, the branches aren't lashing out at anyone. That's not aggressive in any way, but it's very strong, and you can have a very powerful wind going. That oak tree is just solid and strong there. So for me, it's that part of that inner stillness, that if I can be in what appears to be a chaotic situation and I'm quite calm and relaxed when the people around me might be in other states of energetic flux, I'm just in that still point, and I know how to just go back to being in the heart. So I wanted to bring up a few things. I really love it when people comment, and whether they agree with me or not. Sometimes when people appear to disagree, it's actually the most nourishing, because it's sort of a debate, and I love debate and sharing of ideas and opposing ideas with one another. And so I just wanted to go over some of the things that people brought up that are valid points, but it's an opportunity to go even deeper. So one of the comments was about, oh, no one deserves anything. You have to work for it. Work hard, plan, strategize, and work for it. And I completely agree with that in a sense, except that what I'm talking about is that by knowing we deserve the best of everything on all levels, and for that to continually improve all the time, and for that to be the case for everyone on the planet, we want it for everyone around us, not just our own self. We see that in our mind's eye. We are then plan, strategize, take action, because we've already nourished a vision for ourselves that yes, we can do that, and that we deserve it, and that it's there for us if we want. So what I'm talking about is opening the mind's eye that yes, I deserve amazing food. I deserve wonderful housing and clean drinking water, and I deserve to be aligned with my purpose and to be of service to all, and to live a fully nourishing life on all levels, and to learn and grow. And everyone deserves that. And I feel like knowing we deserve it, we then step into the physicality and take the steps physically needed for that to happen on a physical level. We can know we deserve it, but if we're not willing to take the steps to achieve it, sure, it's going to sit there dormant. I absolutely agree with that. For me, it's honing in on nurturing the inner vision within first, and then allowing the physicality to flow from there. I'm inspired to take a certain action that aligns with my inner vision that I already nourished and created for myself. And then when the universe presents the opportunity to move towards that, I take action on it. So, and then another thing, you know, another comment. So I absolutely love engaging in anyone that wants to share anything in share whatever perspective you all have. I love to hear it. Another perspective was like, okay, sure. So, I can't remember exactly the topic of that episode that brought this up for this person, but they said, oh, sure, this checks out for people in this part of the country. Basically, what's considered a very, you know, sad place right now with perhaps a lot of acts of violence going on and people that are not doing well. So now we have an opportunity here. Okay, now if we're being fed lots of news, or we're feeding ourselves lots of news media that has lots of negativity in it, or whatever the source might be of any kind of negativity in our life, of terrible acts going on. Okay, now this is an opportunity right now to be very intentional. Okay, so one thing I want to say, if everyone sits around and says, oh, look at how horrible all of these things are, okay, and all we're doing is just looking at everything wrong without focusing on a solution, we are then using the power of our consciousness to facilitate more of that thing to be true. Now, if we witness that thing or hear of that thing and we pause and we say, okay, I'm gonna now just see that place in my mind's eye as being full of peace, and I'm gonna send love to all the people in that part of the world. And we use 90% of our energy to focus on the solution, that all those people are healed, that land is healed, that land, you know, that everyone there finds peace, and that people are no longer called to be violent. We focus the 90% of our consciousness on what we want to achieve. We limit the looking at what's wrong. We limit it to 10%. And when we've passed that threshold, if we have that self-awareness of knowing it's up to us what we choose to focus our consciousness on, the tip of that plasma vortex, our focused awareness, and knowing that home is in the heart and finding that stillness within, that peace within, that home location. And we want to experience the reality around us, this holographic reality. Okay, if we see something that seems off and not part of the heaven on earth that we all want to build here, this, you know, have an opportunity. It's our heaven. Earth is already a heavenly planet. If we need to clean up our own behavior as humans, then we do that. Earth is already fine. Earth didn't create any of that stuff, you know. So we do our part by seeing it as healed, seeing peace in that region. One of the things I responded to this comment, which again, I love these comments and they can be a little uncomfortable for me at times, but then they become some of my favorite comments ever, because I'm like, all right, here we go. One of the things that I mentioned to them is that love transcends time and space. The power of love and unconditional love. So yes, let's unconditionally love anyone on earth who's suffering. Let's all use our consciousness to support them. That's an opportunity. We look for where the healing can happen, and then we can receive the gold within of knowing that we were part of something good, and that being our legacy of our energy. Where did we put our attention? What were we assisting to generate on earth? Peace on earth, heaven on earth, seeing peace on earth, seeing earth as a heavenly planet, as it already is, seeing humans heal and clean up anything we need to clean up, whether it's behavior, pollution, seeing the planet healthier than ever before. We then align to that trajectory. of our world line. When we have infinite possibilities, there's many parallel realities happening simultaneously. What each one of us chooses as a choose your own adventure of our reality, that's up to us. That's up to our consciousness. So seeing heaven on earth, seeing earth as a beautiful sanctuary planet, gorgeous nature that it really is absolutely full of, and honoring earth and loving earth for holding us, we support a trajectory where earth is a heavenly planet out of infinite possibilities, infinite many worlds, infinite world lines, many worlds interpretation. And so really it's up to us, the journey we want to create. So yeah, I just wanted to share those things, but finding that inner stillness and knowing that, what a profound sense of strength that is. Spoken many times with the blue flame. This to me is what it means to embody this, our ability to embody that blue flame of truth, the blue flame that does not consume, stoicism, and witness, and be able to witness whatever's going on around us and have that stillness within. And then we're the energetic reference for others to remember peace. And anything other than that we use as contrast. I did want to mention that there is always balance in this universe, in this reality. For us to have good, we need to have bad. For us to have really, really miraculous things happen, angels, angelic beings, miracles, wonderful things, like things of beauty, we need to have the same polar opposite in existence at all times. It's always 100% balance. There will always be as much hot as there is cold. One can't exist without the other. And this is such a mirror perfect reality that we're in. The nature of one thing existing, its opposite will exist for contrast. But we're moving beyond that kind of polarity. We have the opportunity to move beyond that kind of black and white thinking and to recognize how much gray there is in between and how it's all part of this holographic illusion that ultimately that the one consciousness is playing a game of separation to experience the illusion of separation. But the more we can tap into that fact that we are all connected ultimately, even if you just want to look on the atomic level, protons and neutrons and electrons, if you just want to look at that level of science, everything's just swirling energy. So there really is no separation ever, and science does know that. Some of the basics of science you just look at. All right, well, so much love to you all, and I hope that we can all just remember that every moment is fresh, and whatever the calendar says, let's remember that we can have that attitude in every moment. We don't need to wait for a whole 365 days to go by. I just want to point that out. I'm sort of contrarian with some of these traditions. I like to, not contrarian, I suppose. I just like to widen the view. Yeah, that it's fresh in every moment. Happy new moment. Happy new moment to you. Okay, so much love. And may you all have ample amounts of bliss, grounded bliss, and peace, peaceful vibrations in all of our lives. All right, take care. I'll talk soon.